For this project, we decided that because I am going into the elementary education field and Alex is going into school psychology, we would show how we work separately and how we work together in a school with our fields of study. What does an elementary school teacher do? They develop lesson plans that teach students a variety of subjects, including mathematics, language arts, science, and social studies. Teachers motivate and inspire young children to develop a lifelong love of learning and education. They may work with small groups or individual students who may be struggling with the classroom material. Teachers will also collaborate this information with the school psychologist to get help for these struggling students. They will help the teacher implement interventions that they can use in the classroom to aid the education of these students. Elementary school teachers play an important role in the intellectual and social development of their students. The education that they provide can affect the future of their students while providing students with the tools in an environment in which to succeed. They help students apply concepts by planning lessons, preparing tests, listening to oral presentations, and maintaining classroom regulation. They fill out report cards, grade papers, and meet with parents periodically throughout the year.
What does a school psychologist do? A school psychologist works within the educational system to help children with emotional, social, and academic issues, and their goal is to collaborate with parents, teachers, and students to promote a healthy learning environment. They provide services to either individuals or to groups of students to help them with academic and behavioral issues both in the school and at home. They also work with the students as teachers to develop techniques to deal with those issues, and the overall focus is on the needs of the students.
Elementary school teachers teaching in public schools are required to be licensed in addition to holding a bachelor's degree and completing an approved teacher education program.
In order to become a school psychologist, one must first graduate with a bachelor's in science degree in psychology, and then go on to graduate school to obtain a master's degree after about 2 or 3 years of schooling. There is also a minimum level of training and experience is required by certain states to become certified as a school psychologist. Also required in some states are specific courses in educational psychology, developmental psychology, clinical psychology, and applied behavior psychology. And along with those required classes, one must complete an internship with a background in one of those required courses.
How do elementary education teachers collaborate with school psychologists? Psychology's insights can help teachers manage behavior problems, motivate students, assist struggling learners, handle stress, support gifted and talented youth, and more. Elementary education teachers can help psychologists with prevention efforts by identifying students at risk and systematic concerns in the classroom, school, and community. They help teachers select, implement, and evaluate interventions that work for children with diverse needs.
When should teachers collaborate with school psychologists? When there is a challenging academic or behavioral situation, when they are implementing effective individualized instruction, when they are planning interventions to assess students' learning and their needs, when they are evaluating progress toward their goals, and when they are using resources within the school and their families. And now here's an example of a conversation between an elementary education teacher and a school psychologist.
Hey Alex, I was wondering if you had some time to help me with a problem that I'm having with 2 of my students.
Yeah, sure. What's the problem?
2 of my students, John and Kevin, have been constantly misbehaving and disrupting my class. John has been picking on Kevin and calling him names, and I'm worried that it could lead to physical violence. I've tried talking to both of them separately, but I don't think that I'm able to solve the problem. Is there anything that you could do to help?
Yeah, sure. How would you feel about me bringing them both in together and talking to me first, and then we can all come together as a group to try and find a possible solution?
That sounds like a good plan to me. What do you plan on talking to them about when you meet with them?
Well, do you think you could give me some specific examples of what happened between them so I can figure out where to start?
Well, whenever John sees or walks by Kevin, he usually says something mean under his breath. He's been known to push him aside. He's also been known to push his work off of his desk when he's walking by. John's behavior and Kevin's reactions to his actions have been really disruptive, and I'm worried that it can affect their learning.
Okay, well that seems like enough information to start a behavioral assessment. I'll meet with them during their lunch periods, and then you can come in at the end of the session and I can fill you in on our progress, and then we can figure out where to go from there.
Okay, thanks so much. I will see you at lunch.
Okay.